Thyroid disorders are on a rise. It is currently estimated that every 10th person is going through some or the other thyroid problems. People are taking medications, but still they are looking for natural ways of improving and resetting their thyroid gland. So today I'm sharing with you my exact 7-day reset protocol that I use with my patients to reset their thyroid naturally. So if you're looking to improve your thyroid function, reduce fatigue, improve brain fog, lose some weight, as well as reduce inflammation in your body, then today's video is for you. Let me first share with you the overview of this 7-day plan. On day 1, we are going to remove hidden inflammatory triggers of your thyroid issues, which doctors never address. On day 2, we are going to include foods which are going to replenish your minerals for your thyroid gland. On day 3, we are going to repair your thyroid gut connection. On day 4, we are going to stabilize your sugar so you do not get that insulin spike, which is a major reason damaging your thyroid gland. On day 5, we are going to replenish 3 nutrients which are key in resetting your thyroid gland. On day 6, we are going to work on your adrenal glands, reset your stress signals so your thyroid can work better. On day 7, all of this comes together so you know exactly what you need to do on the daily basis to improve your thyroid gland. Now the good news is that at the end, I'm going to give you a downloadable PDF that you can follow to implement this 7-day plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anshul Gupta, a former Cleveland Clinic functional medicine physician from US. I help people improve their chronic diseases by making personalized functional medicine plans.
Now, before we go to day 1, give me just 60 seconds so I can explain to you what is happening with your thyroid gland and why this plan is the game changer for you. Well, you have been to several doctors asking why did you get thyroid disorder, and nobody could explain that to you. Well, research has answers for us. Research says thyroid disorders happening because of 4 underlying triggers in your body. The number 1 trigger is chronic inflammation. This chronic inflammation damages your thyroid gland and that ultimately causes the thyroid disorders. The second reason is deficiency of specific key nutrients which is needed by your thyroid gland, like zinc, selenium, magnesium, and other vitamins. The third reason over here is adrenal dysfunction. Adrenal glands are teeny tiny gland in your body. They produce a hormone called cortisol. Adrenal glands are also your stress glands. And research shows when these adrenal glands are not working, they stresses out your thyroid gland and that ultimately causes thyroid disorders. And the fourth reason over here is blood sugar dysregulation or insulin spikes. Whenever insulin spikes in your body, that creates too much inflammation. And this inflammation directly reaches your thyroid gland and again damages it. Now, the most important piece over here, the thyroid medication you are taking is not working in any of these 4 underlying disorders. And that's the reason thyroid disorders never get better. And your symptoms do not get better. And that's exactly what this 7-day plan does. Work on these 4 underlying triggers, which is going to completely reset your thyroid gland. So now, as you have a better understanding of what is going on with your thyroid, let's start with this plan. Day 1 is about removing the inflammatory triggers. As I shared with you before, inflammation is a key reason your thyroid is getting damaged. And one of the key reasons of inflammation in your body is inflammatory foods that you might be consuming. There are 4 main inflammatory foods which causes damage to your thyroid gland, and we need to remove all 4 of them. The very first food in this list is processed sugar. What that means is that we have hidden sugars not only in our diet, but the food that might be consuming from outside. So it is very important to look where this sugar is hidden and remove sugar from our diet as much as possible. Now, the food industry is very clever. It will hide sugars in packages. So don't get fooled by terms like natural sugar, no added sugar, low sugar food. These terms are often used to hide sugar in that particular food. So read the labels and the ingredients. And if you see any kind of sugar or high amount of carbohydrates, then that food is not good for you. So whether it is white sugar, brown sugar, or coconut sugar, all are very similar. Try to stick with stevia or monk fruit as your sweetener, or you can use a very little bit amount of honey or dates. The second food to remove over here is gluten-containing foods. We do have several research studies which do suggest that gluten is not good for thyroid patients. So at least for now, I will like you to remove gluten from your body so it can get a break and inflammation reduces in your thyroid gland. Gluten-containing foods are any foods which are made from wheat, which can be your breads or any snacks that you might be eating. The next food to remove is fried food and processed food. Both processed food and fried foods have high amount of trans fats, have high amount of chemicals, which causes too much inflammation in your body, specifically your thyroid gland, and damages it. So remove them completely. So day one is all about removing the bad food that you might be consuming. Most of the thyroid plants are very focused on just adding more foods which support your thyroid gland. But they forget that we have to first start with removing the food which are actually damaging your thyroid gland. And then we need to start including foods which supports your thyroid gland. So don't worry, after removing these foods, you still have a lot more healthy food options that you can eat that we are going to cover in the next few days. Let's start from day two now. Day two is all about mineral balance in your thyroid gland. As I mentioned before, your thyroid gland needs specific minerals, specifically potassium, magnesium, sodium. Nobody is talking about these minerals as a support to your thyroid gland. And the best way to get these minerals is actually through your water, because these electrolytes gets dissolved in the water and then ultimately can reach inside your cells. This is where these minerals inside your thyroid cells help your thyroid to function properly. Now, day two is a very simple protocol that you apply in the morning itself. As soon as you wake up in the morning, take 1 glass of filtered water. Add 1 pinch of Celtic salt or pink Himalayan salt, and then squeeze in half a lemon or a lime into it. And that's it. Do not use table salt because it doesn't have any minerals except for sodium and chloride into it. So make sure for this morning drink you use either pink Himalayan salt or Celtic salt because they are very high in potassium, magnesium, and other trace minerals that your thyroid gland needs. The vitamin C from the lemon acts as an antioxidant and again helps these minerals to reach inside your cells. Now over here it is very important to use filtered water only because most of the tap waters have a lot of chemicals, specifically fluoride, which is a major mineral actually damaging your thyroid gland. So we do not want fluoride into our body. And when you're using a reverse osmosis filtration system, it strips off each and every mineral from your water. That's the reason we want to add these minerals in terms of these salts so that you can replenish the natural minerals into your water back again. So that's it. Day two is all about rehydrating your thyroid cells and giving these trace minerals to support your thyroid gland. Now, day three is repairing the thyroid gut connection. Most people are not aware that your thyroid function ultimately depends on your gut. People already know about leaky gut concept, that leaky gut starts the autoimmune process and inflammation which damages your thyroid gland. But most people forget that the conversion of your inactive thyroid hormone, which is T4, to the active form of thyroid hormone, which is T3, is happening in the gut. More than 70% of this conversion from T4 to T3 is happening in the gut. And if your gut is not functioning properly, this conversion doesn't happen. And your body cells do not get appropriate amount of thyroid hormone. So make sure you do not miss this step. Now, how to support your gut properly? Everybody knows about probiotics, and that is a good step. But there is a second critical step over here, which is the prebiotics. Prebiotics are the food for your good bacteria, which are the probiotics. So you need to include both pre and probiotics. In this aspect, couple of my favorite foods over here are soaked chia seeds or grounded flax seeds or avocados. These three are superfoods because they not only give you the prebiotics, they have several other antioxidant compounds as well as good fats which support your thyroid gland indirectly. So make sure you're including these three food as the source of your prebiotics. Then let's talk about the probiotic foods. Make sure you are included some fermented foods on the daily basis in your diet to get the probiotics. Whether it is kimchi, sauerkraut, kombuchas, or dairy-free yogurts. Now, interesting factor over here which most people don't know is that each and every fermented food has a different probiotic strain. So if you're just eating yogurt, that doesn't give you all the probiotic strains. So make sure you try to rotate and eat as many different kinds of fermented foods and vegetables to give you the all strains of probiotics. In this aspect, initially, if you want to include a good quality probiotic, which has between 30 to 50 billion probiotic strains, I think that's a good idea. I have specifically created this Probio Restore probiotic, which has 50 billion of the right probiotic strains for your thyroid gland. The link will be in the description if you want to buy it. And as an addition, if you want to include some collagen containing foods like collagen peptides or powders, or maybe bone broth. That again will help in supporting your gut lining and improve that leaky gut. So day 3, one of the most important days where you improve your thyroid gut connection. Now let's move to day 4. Day 4 is all about stabilizing your blood sugar and your insulin levels. Now when people hear this, they often will tell me that they don't eat too much sugar or there is no sugar in their diet. Well, the sugar spike doesn't happen only with sugar. It happens with any kind of refined or any other carbohydrates that you might be eating. So you might have to look at total carbohydrate consumption also that you might be having in a day. So with your meals, if you're eating breads, white rice, or potatoes, these are all carbohydrates that will spike up your sugar. Plus, if you are that person that eats too many fruits in a day, but then again will spike up your insulin levels. So it is very important to limit your carbohydrate consumption. Here are things you need to do today. First of all, remove all kinds of refined and simple carbohydrates. So that means remove white rice, remove white bread or white flour that you might be using to make your own bread. Instead, eat whole grains like brown rice, like quinoa. Remove potatoes from your diet and limit your fruit consumption in a day to only one serving of fruit a day. And then one another thing you can do is that make sure you're eating some kind of protein with each and every meal of yours. The reason being, protein blunts the sugar spike and the insulin spike. So day 4, we want to reduce inflammation by reducing the insulin and sugar spikes. Now let's move to day 5. Day 5, we want to replenish 3 key nutrients that your thyroid need, and without it, your thyroid cannot function at all, which is magnesium, selenium, and zinc. Research suggests that most people are low in these minerals, and that is one of the major reasons they get thyroid disorders. So it is very important to replenish these key nutrients in your body. Let's talk about selenium first. For selenium, the easiest thing to increase your selenium is eating 2 Brazil nuts every morning. As simple as that. 2 Brazil nuts will give you enough selenium to support your thyroid gland. Next is zinc. Just 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds is going to give you enough zinc to support your thyroid gland. Along with pumpkin seeds, other good sources of zinc are seafood as well as your meats. So make sure you include some zinc containing food on the daily basis in your diet. Next comes magnesium. Now this is the mineral which is a little bit difficult to replenish because research suggests that the current food we are eating has very low amount of magnesium because it is not being replenished in our soils. So the best thing for magnesium to do is taking a magnesium supplement called magnesium glycinate. But let's say if you don't want to do it, the good sources of magnesium containing foods are pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, avocados, and dark chocolate. So these are your magnesium containing foods. As I said, I still will recommend you to take a magnesium supplement instead of just relying on the food. Alright, that was easy. Day 5. Replenishing 3 key nutrients for your thyroid gland. Without your thyroid cannot function. Now let's move to day 6. Day 6 is working on your adrenal glands, your stress glands. As I shared with you before, adrenal glands are endocrine glands which are sitting on top of your kidneys. They produce cortisol hormone, which is also called stress hormone. Because of the current things going around our world, we all get exposed to stress each and every day. Because of that, it creates adrenal dysfunction. And that adrenal dysfunction is directly connected to your thyroid gland. And it is a very important driver of your thyroid dysfunction. So very important to work on your adrenal glands. How to do it? You can do these simple things. First of all, as soon as you wake up in the morning, do the sunlight exposure. If it is a possibility, go outside in sunlight for 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. That resets your melatonin and your cortisol hormone and supports your adrenal glands significantly. So that's first thing. The second thing you can do is 4-7-8 breathing technique. This is a very powerful breathing technique and has research behind it that improves the cortisol levels and also supports your adrenal function. Literally, it will take 5 minutes of this 4-7-8 breathing. Some people actually combine the morning sunlight exposure with this 4-7-8 breathing technique when they are getting the sunlight, so that they are getting the benefit of both sunlight and this deep breathing exercise. The 4-7-8 is very easy, that you inhale for 4 seconds, then you hold your breath for 7 seconds, and then you exhale for 8 seconds. That's one cycle. You need 5 cycles of minimum to reset your adrenal gland. That's it. Just these simple 5 to 10 minute exercise are very powerful in resetting your adrenal glands and improving your cortisol levels. So that was day 6 for you simply. Now, if you're already feeling overwhelmed, as promised, I'm going to give you this 7-day protocol in a downloadable PDF. The link will be in the description for you to download it. Now, day 7 is bringing all of this whole protocol together for you. For this, simply, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you take 1 glass of filtered water, add a pinch of pink Himalayan salt, and squeeze in half a lemon or lime. Drink this water. That already starts supporting your thyroid gland. Then, as soon as you are done, you expose yourself to outside sunlight for 5 minutes. During that 5 minutes, you do your 4-7-8 breathing technique. That means you are resetting your adrenal glands. Now it is time for breakfast. Make sure your breakfast is a high protein breakfast and not high in carbohydrates so that you don't give any insulin spike and do not cause any inflammation in your body. Along with your breakfast, have 1 tablespoon of soaked chia seeds that you soak overnight. That is going to give you the prebiotic to support your gut health along with the protein you are going to eat in your breakfast. Then comes the lunchtime. Make sure you're eating a lot of different colorful vegetables in your lunch along with again good quality protein. And if you're including carbohydrates, make sure they are whole grains like brown rice or quinoa. And if you can include a fermented food over here like kimchi, sauerkraut, or fermented vegetables or yogurt, that will support your gut health over here. Then for your evening snack, I will recommend you to have 2 Brazil nuts. Along with that, you have handful of pumpkin seeds. That is going to give you all the minerals that is needed for your thyroid gland to function properly. And then for your dinner, have lots of vegetables, good quality protein and good quality fats. If you can stay away from any carbohydrates in your dinner, that is going to be even more beneficial for your thyroid gland, or at least reduce the amount of carbohydrates that you eat at your dinner time. And that's it. That's about day 7, bringing everything together that you learned in 6 days and implementing everything in 1 day. So now you know the exact 7-day protocol that I follow with my patients who have seen amazing results following this day in, day out. So I will recommend you to follow this for 7 days and see how you feel. Now, as you know, 7 days is a starting journey for your thyroid gland. If you want to continue support your thyroid gland, then follow these principles and continue to follow this protocol. But on the other hand, if you want to go much more deeper, then I created another longer video that goes into detail about improving and resetting your thyroid gland. My signature 3-step process to reverse thyroid disorders. The link will be in the description to watch the complete training. Try to implement this plan. See what difference it makes for your thyroid gland. As you know, this plan is completely natural and is science-backed to support your thyroid gland. Before you leave, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel so you keep on getting these videos in the future to improve your health and your thyroid. Also, share this video with others who might benefit from this information. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.